This is the ARLA Elite Series, here for race number 5 of 24 at the Green Valley 540 in Missouri. The Smash Beer Pole Award would go to Kevin Colley in car number 08. Colley actually failed to qualify for Indianapolis and Denver, but that doesn't seem to have hurt him one bit. There you see in third, Shane Lake in the number 12, making his first start of the season. Lake would immediately get to work in trying to make up lost ground, battling the 74 of Scott Hamilton for the second spot coming out of the mine shaft. However, the first caution would fly before Lake was able to make any serious attempt for the lead. Debutante Namimura in the 13 is going to get too aggressive, too early, spinning out Philip Davidson in the 99 coming out of the hairpin. Mario Franchitti in the 4 and Laura Cyrus in the 42 get collected. This would take car number 42 out of the race, but the 99 and the 4 would soldier on. Mura would be given a warning by the officials for her aggressive driving. Points leader Allie Riggs is going to blow her engine under yellow. Allie Riggs is no stranger to getting bad brakes while in a good position. She was in the top 10 in points entering the New York race last season. She was hit with a points penalty in that race and never recovered. Kevin Colley led on the restart with Shane Lake and Ryan Baldwell right behind him. Here we are riding on board Baldwell's number 10 Fatburger Kid Raptor. You can see Colley and Lake slowly but surely starting to get away from him. Eventually, Scott Hamilton in the 74 decided that Baldwell would be too much of a hindrance and got around him for the third spot. The second yellow of the day flew on lap 8. Anthony Griffith, the 06, in an attempt to avoid running into Manuel Ortiz, sweeps across the bumper of Bruno Battaglia in the 26 and gets himself spun into the grass. Kevin Colley once again led on the restart, Shane Lake in second, Scott Hamilton in third. The Genesis Eva has been a very powerful car this season, and Shane Lake driving an Eva tried to take advantage of that, but couldn't quite get a run on Kevin Colley's Leonard. And as you're going to see, coming into the hairpin, there is the front bumper of Scott Hamilton. He tries to force himself under the 12 and successfully takes away second. Another driver coming into the picture would be Neji Hyuga in car number 11. Hyuga won 2 races as a rookie in 2007. Both of those came at road courses, so it was no surprise to see him as a favorite to win today. Unfortunately for Hyuga, he would be the cause of the next yellow. Hyuga gets a little too aggressive in trying to get around the 46 of Leigh Gruel, and Gruel gets dumped right in front of Shane Lake in the 12. Luckily, no one else hits him. Shane Lake, after having such a great debut, would fall off the pace for the remainder of the event. Kevin Colley would, surprise, surprise, lead on the restart with Scott Hamilton and the cousins of Neji and Hinata Hyuga right behind him. The two Hyugas drive for J-Motor, which recently reduced its stable to 2 cars after scrapping Kakashi Hatake's number 32 team, citing sponsorship issues and a lack of motivation from Hatake. Neji Hyuga, easily one of the best road course racers in recent years, would get around Scott Hamilton for the second spot and start chasing down Kevin Colley. The 11 and the 08 would be much faster than the 74. As you're going to see, they are going to disappear behind the wall of the mine shaft. Luckily for Hamilton, the 4th caution of the day would tighten up the field. Ricky Navarro, coming into the hairpin, is going to take the turn way too high. He's going to hit the wall and spin himself out. Shortly before the race, it was announced that Ricky Navarro would be relieved of his driving duties starting at Talladega. Developmental driver Taylor Brillen will take the wheel of the 34 for the rest of the season. Ricky Navarro not exactly having a good showing in his final Elite Series race with CJ Racing. Kevin Colley would once again lead on the restart, but Neji Hyuga, the 11, gets a better restart. Coming through the mine shaft, Hyuga was right on Colley's bumper. However, he is going to think twice and back off. Hyuga was already given a warning from the officials after spinning Leigh Gruel, so he did not really need another incident. However, on the very next lap, Colley in the 08 is going to overdrive the mine shaft, and here comes Hyuga, bringing Scott Hamilton with him. Colley is unable to force his way back down, and the 11 gets under him. And coming through the hairpin, Hyuga would complete the pass for what would finally be the first lead change of the event. The final caution of the day would fly with just 6 laps to go. Tristan Roberts, the 29, and Jason Bates in the 51 have a little argument over real estate, and this results in the 29 being spun out, coming out of the hairpin. Neji Hyuga would lead on the restart. Usually, once he gets into the lead on a road course, he is untouchable. Keep in mind that I said usually. With just 2 laps to go, Kevin Colley would get under the 11 car coming through the mine shaft. And Kevin Colley, who has never won an ARLA points race in his career, is going to sweep by Hyuga for the lead, coming to the white flag. There you see Scott Hamilton, the 74, trying to take advantage and go for second, but Hyuga won't allow it. And Kevin Colley finally gets his first victory in the ARLA Elite Series. The second win in a row for CJ Racing. And here are the top 10. Neji Hyuga and Scott Hamilton get their best finishes of the year. Alex Carson continues a very consistent season in car number 8, finishing 4th. Vinny Enzo in 5th, Hinata Hyuga 6th, Kevin Monroe in 7th, another very consistent driver. DJ Daniels continues to show that he may be a force to be reckoned with in the future with an 8th place showing. Jared Anderson, appropriately enough, 9th in car number 9. And Cody Richards rounds out the top 10. This is his first start since Daytona. And now for the top 10 in points, Alex Carson jumps out to a very nice lead over Hinata Hyuga. Hyuga is 21 points back. Kevin Monroe moves up to 3rd. Vinny Enzo in 4th. Dale Underwood and Kurt Walker are tied for 5th. However, the tiebreaker is that Dale Underwood has a win this season. Kurt Walker does not. Leslie Riggs in 7th. Tristan Roberts in 8th. Allie Riggs, who is the points leader coming into this race, plummets all the way to 9th. And Siju Dejiao rounds out the top 10. He is in fact tied for 10th with Anthony Griffith.